Good morning, good evening, good night. I'm BraveCarriesFr, and I came first in a Master Duel Challenger Cup, which is kind of neat, I'm not gonna lie. Especially since I showed up with 4 minutes to spare on the thing. They were just like, they posted into that Discord, it was like, oh yeah, there's still space in this tournament that starts in 4 minutes, and I was like, ah, fuck it, sure, why not, let's just go, let's give it a shot, and then I go on undefeated streak, which was pretty cool. This is the list. The side deck is pretty barren, that's just because that's how Master Duel works, right? So you have an infinite side deck. You just have to change what you want within 2 minutes of the game being, like game 1 being completed, because it goes switches from best of 1 in Swiss to best of 3 in Top Cut, just to make things a little bit easier. The cards down here are the cards that I ended up siding. I didn't see all these cards. I never saw Tactics, I never saw Skill Drain, but I did see everything else. Actually, no, I didn't see DD Crow either, but I did side this in. I sided this in against stuff like the Mirror and like Tearlament and all. Duel Lockbird was pretty nice against these big Wombo combo decks and the Mirror match. And there was one game I used it against Vanadium, that was insane. Yeah, Nibiru was also really good against that exact same game of Vanadium. But yeah, right, let's just get into the list and the choices, right? So 41 cards, 3 Spirit, 1 Terra Incarnate, 1 Yubel. I feel like this is pretty standard, you know, so you can get as much advantage as possible off the Nightmare Throne and just the rest of the engine, really. 3 Dark Beckoning Beast, a Gruesome Gravestormer. This is usually ran at 2, but I kind of wanted to have a bit more non-engine space, especially since I'm playing something like Piri Rise map down here as well. I played 3 Samsara D Lotus. Obviously it's like literally the best card in the deck, and this gets to this, which is the best card in the deck. And Nightmare Throne does the exact same thing. I only play 1 Spirit Gates just because it was like, I cannot be bothered putting in the extra deck package that made Spirit Gates the best possible 1-card combo that you can. It was just like, if I open Spirit Gates, it's just like, alright, cool, I'll just make like SP pass. And then, yeah, obviously 2 pain, just because, you know, just in case one gets like nuked and then we go into a grind game. So it means that I have a second one in my back pocket. And then 3 Nightmare Throne, no Terraform, and Terraform is banned in this game. 3 Nightmare Throne, and then the 2 Unchained cards down here, Sharvara, and then Escape. Escape over the Reborn thing, I was just like, eh. The board doesn't have Verudrus yet, so you kind of need something extra on top of the board. And everyone was using Escape, and I was like, oh, this is kind of saucy, so I was just like, let's put an Escape anyway. And it came, oh, this card overperformed. Escape was crazy, dude. I loved Escape. It was absolutely fantastic, just being able to pop stuff, and then Yama reviving things, and then Rage grabbing follow-up. Oh, so good. I did mess up once with this though. I thought this card was a little bit better than it actually is. I thought it was sort of like Blackout, where it's like you target the things and then it pops whatever's like whatever's been targeted. It needs to pop both cards that it targets, not just the ones that are still there. So I may have fucked up slightly, but it's fine. I learned after that in Swiss. And then bajillion non-engine, right? So we got 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 3 Veeler, 3 Imperm. I feel like these are like 4 of the best hand traps, maybe except Roll, against some of these matchups. The later on in the year that we get, Draw and Lockboard's gonna be a hell of a lot better, but I feel like these 4 hand traps are really good, especially, well, Nibiru as well, but I didn't run it in my main deck because I was running evenly matched instead, because there was not a lot of boards that made Omni Negates. And I was just sort of like, if I draw like a hand trap or something like that, usually like my opponent isn't getting like any Omni Negates in Snake Eye unless they draw like good extenders or anything like that. Because Snake Eye is very hit or miss in Master Duel. So it was just like, you know what, let's go for it. The evenly matched was really good. I loved evenly. This card was fantastic. And then the 3 defensive card, the Cross Out, and the 2 Called By. Yep, I mean, they did what they needed to. They did their job. And then extra deck. This looks pretty standard to me. So we got 3 Phantom of Yubel. You could run 2. When the Fiendsmith cards come in the game, you probably should run 2. But this card was... oh my god. Oh, Phantom. I love this deck now because of this card. This card is ridiculous. Yeah, best card in the deck. It and Samsara Lotus, they're so good. Typhon, this card won games. This card was really good. It's a fiend as well, so you can summon it under a bunch of locks. It just helps a lot. Abomination is only there to help push for damage whenever you're fiend locked, because that's a lot of like the only ways that you can sort of push for damage. So I was just like, yeah, sure. Yeah, speaking of another way to push for damage, Access Code Talker. I didn't go into this into the most because I was just sort of like, if I can't guarantee game, I was like, you know what, let's not think about it. Let's just make a board, which I think I did this in finals or in top 4. So it was just make a board that my opponent shouldn't be able to beat, and then kill them on the following turn when I have more shit to summon and then kill them with. So yeah, that was the plan. Apollosa, great Ember piece. Unicorn, another thing to summon off of this, but also it's a fiend, it's good going second, it removes shit. Same with this. This card's great, but if I don't have an Unchained Soul, then this is like better, you know. Like, they both have their uses. And then we have Yama. What a card. Who the fuck designed this, and can I give them a hug? Rage, this card's crazy. SP. I don't own SP in TCG, so like being able to use this card in Master Duel has been a very freeing experience. I think SP is so cool and such a good card. Yeah, I mean, it overperformed. Muckracker did her job. She helped me play through hand traps and everything like that. She just did what she needed to. And then, like, helped me push for game in some instances to try and help make a Link 4. And then we got Cross Sheep. This was, like, my main sort of, you know, like, one of my main ways to play, get a bunch of Link material going, you know. So it was just like, yeah, I felt more comfortable playing Cross Sheep than not, so it was just like, sure. And then Almirage is for like the fringe cases where you have to normal summon and like get rid of something, and like get rid of one of your 0/0 fiends to actually play the game. So yeah, not really. That's exactly it. It's like if you draw that with this, or you draw like this with Squirmer, or like you draw these two together, you just try and play the game. That's what he's there for. Yeah, so that is the list, and that is my explanation sort of for everything. It feels very standard. I don't really see how much I can elaborate on. Maybe the skill drain, but I mean, I think we're all pretty aware that skill drain is kind of OP in this deck. Because, like, if your opponent activates monster effects, you this tributes for cost, and it gets it anyway, and then summons Yubel, they have to attack Yubel, they all die, and it's all hunky-dory. But it's at 1, so I never drew it in top 8. I never drew this in top 8, but this card's really fucking good. Sighting patterns, possibly? I mean, obviously if I went first, I took out these and just sort of put in, like, this. Just because I expected to get hand trapped a bunch, and then if I draw skill drain, usually it's just like an auto win, so that's really OP. This was good against the mirror match. It depends on the hand, but solid against the mirror match. This was great against the mirror match. This is solid against the mirror match, but not terribly fantastic. But it's good against a bunch of decks, like a bunch of rogue decks. Same with Draw and Lockbird. So, and I don't think I ever cited in another card. I can have a look at like let's see, what are like staple cards. Never cited this in, never cited these. Maybe Droplet? I'm not so sure, but here. That's the deck profile, and that got first place in Farpa's Master Duel Challenger Cup yesterday. So super proud of that. That was very nice. Cool deck, fantastic to play, really fun. Cannot recommend it enough. It's not the most expensive deck either. Yeah. So if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like or a comment and comment on the list. What are your thoughts? And you have a great rest of your day. See you later.